Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys all for tuning in to tonight's live stream. Again, this is a quick live EMT versus PVC versus EMT. Basically, they're two different. Stuff in their own way. When it comes to PVC, obviously PVC is used outdoor. EMT is used on the inside. Also with EMT, a lot harder to work with using benders and so on. Um, PVC a lot different to your normal um, conduit. PVC, you're just going to take your hacksaw and simply cut your pipes, or you can use what we call coralline cutters, used by plumbers a lot. That's another one that they use. So again, when it comes to PVC, a lot different from, sorry about that. So again, when it comes to PVC, PVC is great, used outdoor. Obviously, you can use it on your house, on the side of your house. You can use it, just about anywhere that it's allowed to be used. Obviously, you have to keep in mind that when it does come to the PVC, um, you have to have the right fittings, glue, and so on. Um, you want to make sure that, sorry about this, I'm trying to pin something here. So again, when it comes to PVC, um, the fittings we use for PVC, this is basically what we call LB, 2-inch LB. This is used for services and so on. You can also use it for other stuff, but again, as you can see, wet location. Okay, so this is used for wet location, and obviously you want to make sure that when you are using this, that you use it the correct way. So again, you want to make sure that when you're using it, you use it the correct way. Again, outdoor use, when you are doing your service and you are going to be entering the home, you're going to simply drill 2 holes on the bottom to let the water drain out per Ontario, per OESC 2024 code book. I don't remember the rule. PVC conduit, this will be under service entrance, I believe section 6 of the code book. Also, again, for all those who are tuning in, if you're just tuning in to the live stream, brand new video was dropped today. Click on the link, takes you over to the video. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to the channel to become a subscribe to the channel. So this link here that's here is going to take you over to my main channel, and you're going to see the new video that was dropped today. Click on it, take a look at it, it's about um, box fill, how we achieve our box fills and so on when it comes to roughening. Again, you want to be very careful with box fill, using single gang plasterings, two gang plastering in order to achieve that. That will be under code rule 12-3034. You will find that rule. Inside that rule, it'll also take you to tables 16, tables 23, where you're going to see the volume and so on, the effects of using the rule, and the effects of trying to pass your code without being dinged on your code inspection. So you want to make sure you follow these rules. So new video drop, check it out. Again, PVC, indoor. You can use this indoor also. You can also use it. We mostly use it on service entrance. Again, for those who are tuning in, this is called an LB. It's a 2-inch LB, and you mostly use this at the service entrance. And again, if you are using this at the service entrance, meaning your main cables, your main feeder coming in to the panel. Here in Ontario, we drill here 2 holes to make the water drain. So you want to make sure that your water drains out. You don't want the water to stay inside of here when you're doing a major service change. Very important. So if you are doing a service upgrade and you are going to be using an LB, like most people will, you're going to want to make sure you have your 2 holes drilled here in order to pass, obviously, your inspection and also follow those rules. So again, the beauty about PVC is obviously when you are doing your outdoor service, when it comes to PVC, your overhead service is going to come with, you know, one of these, and this is simply to have your wire simply going to here. It's going to hold your wire up as you do your drip loop. So they're going to tie their wire onto here, and you're going to want to have your drip loop holding up, obviously. So that's what that wire is for. So obviously when it comes to PVC and EMT, 2 different purposes, 2 different material, obviously. That's part of the PVC I just showed you. I will now show you the EMT. So this is basically what you have, an EMT pipe, conduit. As you can see, this is basically a perfect 90. I've got my mark here, and I've got my mark here. Again, when you're doing your bending, you want to make sure you have a smooth bend coming around like that. Again, you don't want no dog legs, you don't want no kinks in here, no kinks at all. You also don't want no kinks on this side also. So you want to have a smooth bend as possible, and you also want to have a smooth 90 as possible. When it comes to doing 90s offsets and so on, what I like to do is I like to make my hole, I like to make my mark here. Hello, Dean Young. Dean Young, hello, thank you for stopping by. Where are you tuning in from tonight, Dean Young? So again, the difference with EMT conduit and PVC conduit. EMT conduit is you have to pay more attention. Obviously, you don't want to scrap the pipe, so it's very important that um, when you do make your bends, that this is what I like to do when I'm making my bends. I'll make a circle around throughout, and I'll also use this as a mark here to make my bend. Where are you tuning in from tonight, Dean Young? Thank you for stopping by tonight. Again, thank you for also subscribing to the channel. Again, also, you can subscribe to my second channel also. There's a link to the video that was dropped today on my main channel. If you hit that link, it'll take you over to my main channel, where you will see a main video that was dropped today about box calculations and so on, tables and so on explained. Click the link, it'll take you over to my main channel, and you can also subscribe to the main channel also, and enjoy the content that's on the channel. Tons of playlists on the channel. So again, when it comes to EMT, you want to make sure that when you are doing your offsets and so on, make sure just make a circle here if this is your mark. See, I have two circles here, right? That's how I make my bends. I make my circle around. As you all know, once you place one end into the bender, you don't want to lose track of the pipe. You don't want to have a dog leg, very important. And what I also do is I'll just make a mark here also. This mark here, when I make this mark, I'm going to place this mark in the center of the bender. Either way, where I'm going to make my bend, and I'm going to make sure I follow this mark here, because this is the center of the bender. This is where I want to bend my pipe. Here I do the same thing also. Whatever I do up here, I do on the bottom. Very important. Again, I'd like to thank you guys all for tuning in to tonight's live stream. Again, if you're joining the channel for the first time, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe to my main channel, where you will see I just dropped a new video today on Conduit, on box, commercial box fill. And in that video, it's going to simply show you how to do your box fills, how you can pass your inspection if you have a cram box like this, by using extension rings and so on. Again, thank you again, Dean Young, for dropping into the channel. Also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And again, you can also follow my other bigger channel, where I drop most of my videos and so on. So again, box fill is very important. A lot of people might ask, why a box fill? Why we follow the rules? Well, the rules simply followed because it's in place. They don't want no wires overheating. As you know, the more wires you jam inside of your box, the more it becomes a problem for overheating. You have the Moret counts and so on that you have to also keep in effect as you pull your cables. So for instance, if I have a box like this and I have two slots in here, I can only bring 4 wires into this box. And then also you have to worry about making connections, as this box has very limited space to make connections. There is a bigger box to this one also, where you can make connections. But if I am doing a receptacle, like this. I don't make connections. I simply take my wires onto the screws without making connections, and it stays away from the wire count. So again, um, EMT, for all those who are checking in, this is a perfect 90 right here. As you can see, this is how EMT is bent, and also by making your marks, your take-ups, and so on, you want to make sure that you follow the take-up rule. When you follow your take-up rule, you end up being dead on. Also, me, the type of person I am, I don't like to cut pipe and so on. I like to make my bends all on one pipe. Um, you can see I did have an offset here. This was an offset, but this was straightened back out. So I straightened back out this pipe. So I had a 90 here on this, and I also had an offset on here on the same pipe, which is, you can achieve it once you know how to go about doing the bends and so on. You can achieve that goal. It's very, very simple to achieve it just by the proper marks and so on. Again, when it comes to PVC now, PVC is a lot different. PVC conduit, this is rigid PVC conduit. So to bend conduit like this, you need to have a heat gun, or you need to have some type of water and a cloth like we do on the job site. If there is no heat gun, simply having water and heat can allow you to bend your PVC conduit, or you can buy prefabs. The difference with buying prefabs and so on is you're wasting money. Why waste money when you can make the same bend? So if you picture this, I'm gonna go to the store to buy a 90. The 90 is going to cost about $20. I can simply bend this into a 90 and save $20 or so at the supplier. So that's what most of us will do on a job site. We avoid buying prefab stuff. The only problem is when you are bending PVC conduit, you have to make sure that you're not going to burn the conduit. You're not going to overburn it, because a lot of times when you start to make your preheat on this, you want to have that water right beside you, because once this heats up, this just bends, it just falls. And if it gets hardened before you can even put the water on it, you might have a smush pipe somewhere around here. So you want to avoid that. So by avoiding that, you simply are saving your conduit from getting ruined. So very important. Again, you can bend PVC conduit. You can bend PVC conduit just like this. You just need to have the heating elements to bend this. So again, this is not bent with EMT bender. This is not bent with any hydraulic bender. This is bent with a heat gun, or some sort of heat that will go on here. This is how this will be bent. So again, the difference between this and this, one's EMT, one's used indoor. Again, this can only be used indoor because this is EMT. If it was rigid EMT, you're allowed to use it outdoor. PVC can be used indoor, it can be used outdoor, it can be used underground, but this cannot be used under frostbite. DB3 is what you're looking for when it comes to frostbite. That's the difference between these conduits. Again, for all those who are checking in to the screen tonight, I just dropped a new video today. The link is pinned in the comment section. Click the link and it will take you over to my main channel.
Check your credit score and report today for free with clearscore.ca.
Let's check our credit scores. Now? Yeah, it's free on clearscore.ca. Clearscore.ca.
Hey, what doing?
Hey, Carl, just checking my credit score.
Okay, I love you.
I love you. Aw, I love you too. What?
Check your credit score and report today for free with clearscore.ca.
Not sure what happened there.
Hosting is just better with Verbo. For one thing, we have the best guests. Just ask our hosts. And Verbo guests stay longer, which means you earn more each stay. You also have access to powerful tools to attract more travelers and manage your business your way. And if you ever need help, we've always got your back. It's just better with Verbo. List your property today.
So again, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys all. Not sure what's going on there. Not sure why someone keeps popping up. So again, if you can hear me, double tap the screen. Double tap the screen if you can hear me. Again, I'd like to thank you guys all. I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry about that. But again, PVC conduit, very easy to use. For all those who are checking into the live stream, I just dropped a new video today on my main channel. If you click the link in my comment section, it'll take you over to my main video that was dropped today on my main channel. If you head over to there, don't forget to subscribe to the main channel also, where I do most of my content, most of my videos and so on, my long form videos and so on. So again, thank you guys all for tuning in to today's live stream. Don't forget to leave a like on the video also. So this is what you call PVC. Again, the difference is one can be used underground, out on the outside of your house. This can also be used if you're going up a pole and so on. So this can be used in most places. You can use this to run inside your home also, but this here, you can use this also, but this cannot be used outside. This has to be used indoor. Also, this is used a lot in commercial industry, EMT conduit. This is also used in commercial also, where you do a lot of dock banks. If you're doing outdoor slab work under the ground, this is what you use outdoor also. So just remember that. Again, when it comes to EMT, EMT is very difficult to bend. So it's very important to make sure that when you are going to be practicing your conduit, take a strap piece of pipe, do an offset, make sure it's on, make sure you have it good, you know, and so on. Once you do your strap bend, you can more or less see how you made that bend. If you're capable of making other bends like that. Again, when it comes to EMT, it takes a while before you can even perform a proper offset. Some guys learn quick, I learned quick. Obviously, I use a lot of scrap pipe in the beginning to make my bends, practice, got to know the bender and so on, and then I took off from there. So the difference is EMT is a lot harder. Obviously, you have to learn how to maneuver with the bender. PVC a lot easier, but also you have to know how to use your heating guns and so on. So again, for those who are tuning in, thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's live stream. Again, if you're tuning into the channel for the first time, this is what you call a perfect box fill. If you're coming up for an inspection and you want to pass inspection and you find that you have too many wires inside of your box, you need to head over to tables 16 and tables 23 of the Ontario code book, the OESC code book. You need to head over to that code rule and find out how we go about doing this. Also, from my experience of passing inspection, if I have a cluster like this and I feel like I'm over the wire count, I simply place a two gang plastering on there. Also remember, if you have switches and so on and you have wires coming out of your switches, those also count. So you want to make sure that when you are closing your box, you want to make sure there's enough room inside of that box. Your wire is to code length, 6 inches out of the box. So 2 gang plastering, single gang plastering. That's how I go about passing my inspection if I have sufficient wire in there that I feel like I'm going to be dinged on by the inspector. What this does is this gives me more room. Also, you can also put an extension ring on that box also itself, which will create more room for you to play with. The deeper the box is, gives you more room, gives the wires more space to breathe, and it stops a fire from happening. So again, for all those who tuned in to tonight's live stream, I'd like to thank you guys all for tuning in to the live stream tonight. Again, don't forget that you can subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe to my main channel. The link is in the comment section. Takes you over to my main video that was dropped today on box, commercial box calculations and so on. If you do head over to my main channel, don't forget you can subscribe to that main channel. That's where I drop most of my content. Most of my videos are on my main channel, which is called Fabian Electrical Services Inc. And again, thank you guys all for tuning in. And don't forget to watch the next video coming up on the screen once the video is published. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.